So what are the classroom library collections? This is a QR code. We did make an adjustment to our catalog and we added QR codes for each of our products. Just thinking about all of you, the team, and your feedback. We hear you, we listen to you. And also good news is I did not create the QR codes, Nacho did. So they should be correct. Oh, that's for Bert. The Bookstore Sur Classroom Libraries include, so what are they? They are 75 different titles and there is one copy of each title. There's chapter books for collections 1st through 8th grade, and then all of the grades have picture books. Books are written in Spanish and illustrated by Latin American authors and have a variety of fiction and nonfiction genres. These collections are made for children to read independently, to spend time enjoying and developing their love of reading. Now, the 75 titles. What's in these 75 titles? Well, 10 to 20% of them are repeated from other grade levels because we want to make sure that we have some bands of lower grade levels and upper grade and above grade levels. And 10 to 20% of them, and that 10 to 20% are also repeated from other collections. So a book in a read aloud collection is very likely to be in the classroom library. Now, all of them, no, that math doesn't make sense. Not all 30 or 35 books from a read aloud collection are in our classroom libraries, but some of them are. We know that teachers love their books. They want to have their books when they need to instruct with them. So we know that sharing them with students doesn't always happen. So repeating some of those books is really critical for students to be able to have access, which is a huge part of equity, right? We want access. And the other piece of it is that children may want to read them, the whole entire book, whereas read alouds aren't necessarily set up for that. So there are repeated titles between grade levels and from other collections, but not all of them. 45% of the books in there are brand new titles to Bookstore Sur. And of all of the books, 80% of them are only distributed by Bookstore Sur. So that sole source is really critical, especially for some of your big districts where they have been buying for years and they see the same books over and over and over. These are all new. Thank you so much to the work of Carolina and Ignacio on the purchasing team. They've just done a great job growing our relationships with more publishers, and we are really excited about this. The final thing is it's a combination of hard and soft cover books. It's not just flimsy books for our students to read. We want them to have that high quality. It's about quantity and quality. So that's also really important to us. Okay. So a question I'm sure that everyone's going to get is, what are the reading levels? So I borrowed this from our friends Fontes and Pinnell in their book Guided Reading. It's the 2nd edition, so it's an older book. This is something that that's really important for us to keep in mind. The only books that are leveled, and I mean leveled ABC or 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, 6, whatever leveling system you use. Excuse me. The only books that are leveled should be guided reading books. For independent reading, you can see on the bottom there, they're not leveled text. That means, though, we did consider content, we did consider length, and we did consider abstract concepts. So those are things we do consider. When I talk about grade levels being above and below, that's what we're talking about. But mandating what a kid's going to read during their independent time, we don't promote that. So there are no levels. I can't tell you there's an A, B, C, D in these collections. I will say though, and I'm going to show you some example of 1st grade, the younger grades are really tough to get the A, B, C, Ds levels and those really low level readers. So just to be clear about that. And I don't, and we've talked about this before here, because they are core Bookstore Sur collections. They are from Latin America, and Latin American countries generally don't have those really simple contrived books. For other grades, it works perfectly well. So I'll show you some first grade ones.
Heather, can you see the questions on the chat?
No.
Sean is asking if there are interest level ranges available.
Interest level ranges. Can you clarify what that means, Sean?
Yeah, so basically when you talked about like the content of the book and abstract thought or abstract concepts and all that, do the books have like assigned to them, like this book would be good based on your knowledge of the content, would be good for a 3rd to 5th grader or anything like that?
Yeah, okay, thank you for clarifying. So, and maybe I need to be a little bit more explicit in our descriptions, so I'm glad you asked. They go just 1 grade below and just 1 grade above. So it's not going to reach more than that band. So if it's a 3rd grade, it's going to have 2nd and 4th. Good question. Interest level.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Even you might want to leave out the grade levels, Heather, and just say, like for first graders, most first graders are going to be somewhere between 5, 6, and 7 years old. Some are going to be coming in there as, you know, late 5-year-olds, they're going to turn 6, and there'll be some kids in there, they're going to turn, you know, and sort of stay away from the grade level and just say it's going to be, you know, it'll be, you know, for the first grade are going to be books for 5, 6, 7-year-olds. Second grade are going to be for 6, 7, 8-year-olds, you know.
So Bert, would it be good, what is, to restate what you just said, age level appropriate?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's better than grade levels, and say,
Okay.
you know, I mean, again, first graders there'll be a few. No, there won't be any few. There'll be, you know, so 6 and 7-year-olds. Yeah.
Yeah, great. I always learn so much from you guys. Thanks. Any other questions or comments? All right. So before I move on to instruction, I want to show you what the boxes will look like when you get them. Everyone will get 2 boxes, 2 of our standards boxes. It will say batch 1 and batch 2 on them. Something different is with the classroom libraries that aren't like others. There will be everyone always has a packing list attached to their collections, but for this collection, they'll have their own packing list, and inside of it is really important. It's not just the list of books, the packing list and the shipping one, but it's also information about how to access the resources. In our other collections, there is a packet in there, what I showed you with the packets and labels and other materials. For classroom libraries, I'm going to go over the materials with you, the resources to support it. There aren't many. So we're just putting this in here. I'll also show you a million other ways that we can find it, okay? But I'll go over that in a minute. I want to unpack a box so that you can see. One of the things that we've decided to do at Bookstore is wrap books like a present. We want to make sure that there's not a lot of movement, so there's not a lot of damage. We love our delivery people, but we know that they throw boxes, so we want to make sure that they're set. This box right here, these are all of our Bookstore traditional titles, ones that you've seen before. I am going to open one up for you. Just, you can see this stack right here. You can see it's got a combination of chapter books and hardcover books, right? That's so exciting. So our kids have some great chapter books as well as picture books. These are some of our traditional titles. Oh, this is so ironic. I pulled this one out, but not. Papelucho is one of the first books I ever bought in Latin America for Bookstore. So this is a very traditional collection from Chile. Papelucho is like Diary of the Wimpy Kid. He's a very well-known character. So this book there's a series of them, and this is in the 4th grade collection. Just to be clear, I am showing you all of 4th grade collection today. But there's also amazing books like La Ballena Jorobada, which is also a core collection book that we've had. This you may see in other collections of ours, like the Read Aloud, or well, it's actually in the Read Aloud. The other thing I should mention is, well, so there's two Papeluchos, right? Papelucho, one of the books may be in a read aloud to engage the kids, to get them excited. So we did try our best to put series in these collections. Series have been kind of one of our tricky things to find and purchase, but it is really important to us, and we continue to look and ask for them. So on that note, this second box here is the new ones, which I'm so excited about, and I'm totally serious. So on the note of series, some of the books the new books that were added are from Fondo Cultura, which is one of Mexico's largest publishers. And you can see here we have two of the Professor Zipper series. So again, we're trying to add series in here. We know that makes readers excited. I'm also really excited to share with you one of our newest people that we work with, Lizardo Carvajal. He has really interesting books. We have in here one of his chapter books, as well as a picture book. The other fun thing about this is there's QR codes on here. And if kids have a device in the classroom, they can scan those QR codes, and the book becomes interactive for them, which is also really exciting. And then those are two of the new publishers. And then I want to spend a little bit of time showing you, like, there's just literally stacks of then other chapter like books. But I want to show you some of these chapter books, because this is why I chose fourth grade today. So this is what makes us most excited about our new collections. I'm gonna move back here. One of the things that's been really tricky for us to find are books that are chapter books, yet not really, yet not super long, and the stamina and the context not being really complex. So these are our newest books from Ecuador, and we're so excited because they're economical, which makes them economical for the classroom libraries, as well as they're really great lengths. Content is relatable, tangible. They're really great books. Zombie themes, also like 100% de football, really great topics, relatable books. Quality of the page is good. Quality of the book is good. Mysteries. This is one about football, and it totally looks like Ronaldo. It's not, but it is, so really relatable topics and great size and quality of books. So these we are really excited about. I also pulled some of this. These are also the books I'm talking about no one else has, as well as they're all brand new to our collection, and they're not in any other one of our collections. So they're not in our read alouds, they're not in our book clubs, they're just in our classroom library. So if you had a district, or if you are a school that's already purchased the classroom libraries from Bookstore Sur in the last year or two, you could just purchase the extension pack and the expansion pack, and the expansion pack has these books in it. I did mention first grade and kindergarten. So this new publisher, these are, okay. Sorry, some of these are from Argentina too. This new publisher also has some simple picture books that are great readers for first grade, second grade, and they're also economical, as well as just lots of great news stories for kids. So approachable for kids, get them excited, yet simple text for them to read. Authentic text, so some of the language within is complex and challenging, but really relatable. It just feels like other books that they've had. So I'm excited about that, because that is also part of that quality as well as relatability for our kids. So that is the inside of a box. Those are some of the new books from our new collections. Like I said, we expanded to Colombia, Argentina, and Ecuador, and we acquired another Mexican publisher too. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you, Angie.